Welcome back to the channel, guys. So today we got a crazy one to talk about, and it's concerning Nintendo, but Nintendo of Russia and their Tyrant CEO, who was recently caught on camera, live stream anyway, cursing out employees, threatening people, threatening to fire them, all sorts of craziness. But that's not the only thing. The Nintendo fans in Russia are livid right now. They are pissed with a lot of the decisions that he is making and the direction he is going with Nintendo properties and products out there in Russia. So what we're looking at right here is VK.com. Essentially what this is like Facebook, but for Russia. They have posts, companies, people, it's very similar thing. So Nintendo of Russia has a presence on this website. They post a lot of stuff very similar to what we would see, on Facebook from companies and whatnot. So there's that. Now, this does tie into the story a little bit, so that's kind of why I'm showing it to you. But what this is really concerning is this dude right here, Yasha Haddaji. I don't know if I'm saying his name correctly. I don't even really care, to be honest with you. But this dude, he's the current CEO of Nintendo of Russia. Just look at the guy. Looks like a sweetheart, right? Apparently not, though. A wild Yasha appears. Indeed. So he's been making a lot of crazy decisions out there. He's cut off the Pokemon trading card game for Russians. No more expansions coming in. He's caused issues with scarcity of games. The most recent is going to be Let's Go Eevee, the new Pokemon game. That version is going to be very hard to get in Russia because he thought, oh, it's not going to be very popular, so we're not going to bring very many over. And the fans are pissed. They know it's going to be hard to find. And he's made similar decisions in the past. Things with localization, translations, things like that. And people are just pissed with the direction he is going concerning these Nintendo properties and products out there for the Russian fans. And it definitely sucks. I don't see this, I don't see Nintendo being ran this way in other countries. Some of it, when you initially hear, just sounds like smart business sense. A businessman would look into these things, make sure the numbers are right. You don't want to have product you can't sell. But it's just been that he's had a track record of making piss poor decisions that have irked a lot of people out there. So that's really what part of it is. The trading card game thing, when I looked into it, it seemed like he was saying that it just costs too much and the interest isn't there, so we're going to cut it off. And yeah, a lot of people were pissed. But what recently happened with this guy is that they were doing a live stream the other day on their website or whatever. They put out this live stream and they sent out notifications on this VK.com website. And and apparently what happened was with this live stream is people didn't know if it was live. They had some issues. I guess they cut the stream and then, started it again. And everybody was confused. Nobody knew what the heck was going on. These two hosts, they were trying their best to get things going. But there was just tons of people yelling in their ears while this thing was streaming live for plenty of people to see. And then eventually the CEO gets involved. He winds up walking in and out of this stream behind these guys, to the side of them. These guys, they start looking very uncomfortable at certain points of this stream. And it was just kind of very awkward to see this. What he was doing was essentially, he didn't know what was going on. He was pissed that there was no notifications coming through on the VK website. He wasn't seeing a notification saying, hey, everything is live. So he wanted to know what the heck was going on. Rightfully so in a sense, but the way he approached it was just very unprofessional, especially somebody in that level of management, being a CEO of the company. And there you see him right there. He's popping in there. He doesn't look too angry at certain points. I'm not really playing the audio of it, but he does wind up calling people, retards, cussing at them, telling them that he's going to fire them, and all sorts of crazy stuff like that. There's a few instances where these commentators, these two hosts, wind up telling each other, hey, cover up the mic, cut the mic so it doesn't pick up what he's saying, because he starts to get very harsh with his words, in this, working environment. You know, this is not just some random thing. This is the CEO of Nintendo of Russia during a live stream, which is called Level Up Days. They were doing a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe stream, and he's there confused. Nobody can answer anything. He doesn't know what's going on. You know, these guys, they're trying to say stuff to him here and there, but you could tell there's fear in their faces when this guy walks through. Like, they kind of stiffen up and just stop what they're doing when they see. And I know this spot, I think he was trying to tell him, like, hey, you know, we're live, but he's not listening to anything these guys are saying. Nobody else knows what's going on. He starts threatening to fire people, cussing them out, and this was all recorded live. People were witnessing this as it was happening. And unfortunately, I'm pretty sure a lot of us can relate to this. Having some form of a boss think that they're better than everybody, that they can treat people like dirt, like they're beneath them. And that's just not the way to run a company. That's not the way to run a business, period. I don't care what position you are in. You could be the guy who mops the bathrooms. You could be the guy who's, you know, just hustling every day, doing, you know, back-breaking work. You could be the guy sitting in an office doing accounting. You could be the guy at the top running the business. It doesn't matter. Everybody has a vital, important role with that company. And nobody, in my opinion, nobody is better than anyone else. Just because your position pays more doesn't make you somehow superior. But a lot of these guys think they are, and they think they can treat people who have positions that are below them, treat them as dirt. And this guy is a prime example of that. It's awkward, it's embarrassing, it's unprofessional, disrespectful is the big thing. I've been in management roles and positions in my life, and I never treated people this way. I had witnessed this kind of crap so often from people just mistreating and abusing and taking advantage of their employees that I decided, you know what, I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to serve my team. I'm going to take care of my guys, make sure they have what they need, make sure, you know, they're comfortable with what they're doing. If they need something, I'm going to get it for them. I'm going to treat them with respect. That way they look at us, at myself, like, hey, this guy is equal to me. He doesn't think he's better than me. He's got my back. He wants to take care of me. He wants to provide me with what I need to do my job. And that's what a person in a management role is supposed to do. You know, there's a thing called servant leadership. You take care of your employees. You serve them. You give them what they need. And when you do that and you show people respect and you take care of them that way to where they know, like, hey, this guy's really got me, people will bend over backwards for you. They will have respect for you. Crap like this guy, the way he's treating these people, you know, calling them retards, telling them to fuck off, telling them, I'm going to fire you. That's not right. You shouldn't do that out in the open. I'm sure there are times where somebody in a management position needs to get pretty harsh with somebody. I can understand that with certain situations. You do that behind closed doors. Not to that extent, not the way he was talking to these guys. But if you really need to talk to somebody and you know, let them know, like, hey, you're screwing up, or whatever the case may be, behind closed doors, not out in front of people, embarrassing people in front of their coworkers. This guy has no respect for his fellow human beings, in my opinion, his coworkers, the people who work with him, the people who work underneath him, as far as whatever positions they're in. To me, they're all important. And you can't have a business without the guy that's below you. It's just the way it is. And for people to continually get into these positions and mistreat people, it's just wrong. So I'm really hoping, you know, these guys in Russia, these Nintendo fans, they're really pushing to try to get this guy out of here. He's just a piece of work. He's screwing it up for the fans. He's screwing it up for the employees. There's some rumors out there that I've been seeing that if you quit or you get fired from this company out there, that he goes out of his way to communicate with, you know, other companies and other people in his network to make sure you have a difficult time getting a job. And I've heard of people doing that before, you know, trying to get you blacklisted in that, you know, profession. And that's just wrong. If he's doing that, that is bullshit, to be honest with you. And like I said, that's just a rumor that I read. I can't say for sure that's what he's doing, but just seeing the way he acted with these people and just all the previous things he's done leads me to believe there's probably some kind of truthfulness to that statement, to those rumors. And I'm really hoping for those fans out there in Russia, this guy gets the heck out of there. You know, they get somebody in there who's passionate about the company, who really wants to take care of things, who really wants to represent that brand and make sure it's, you know, being treated with respect. The people, the customers, the employees, everybody's being treated with respect. The fans, everyone. That is how you run a company. You treat people with respect. It's about the bottom line. You need to make that money for sure, but you can't make money being a dick to everybody. And this guy, he seems like a big dick, to be honest with you. So I hope the best for you guys out there in Russia. Hopefully this guy gets the hell out of there. Nintendo sees this, gets somebody who really deserves to be in that position and can treat people correctly. So hoping the best, guys. Really do appreciate you guys stopping in, hanging out with me for these few minutes of your time. Smash that like button. Bam! Make sweet love to that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. What are you waiting for? Seriously, you guys know the drill. And with that said, guys, I will catch y'all next time. Peace out, bye-bye, and boom!